वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। आङ्गश्यामलिमचितविरभितो मन्दे कृतिन्दीवरं जड्यं जगदलोचशं निजलं पत्रं वरस्य श्रियं वृन्दारण्यनिवासिनं मृदुरसादामोदरं राधस्कन्धे निवेशितो जोभुजं ध्यायेयं दामोदरम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। First of all, my limited Dandavat pranams to lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, and the Preshtam Vishnupadas, the Prasad Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shiksha Gurudeva Sam Vishnupadas, the Prasad Srimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, Srimati Krishna Priya Thakurani, Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga Shri Satyavrata Muni, Shri Sanatana Goswami Pad, commentator, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Pujapada Madhar Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. So, just 3 days left from the end of Kartik Vrata, and we're finishing to hear Damodarashtaka today and tomorrow, where it's verse. Sripad Damodar Maharaj has just spoken how this 8th verse is concluding the whole Ashtaka, how Satyavrata Muni is again and again offering obeisances, Dandavats. Namaste Studhamne Spuradipti Dhamne Tvadiyadara Yatha Vishwasya Dhamne Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantali Laya Devaya Tubhyam. So first of all, he is worshipping Dham. Dham means rope of Mother Yashoda. And Krishna's belly. So Dhamma Udara. So he is worshipping Dhamma, rope, and Udara, the belly. So certainly Krishna's Udara, Krishna's belly is is universal, including everything, everyone and everything. We are there actually. When at Brahmanda Gadmada Yashoda saw universal form, she also could see herself, but she didn't take it seriously at all. Oh, probably some brute, some bad spirit attacked me. You know what I'm seeing, some hallucination. So immediately she called for some brahmanas who were washing Krishna with a mixture of cow urine and cow dung, like this. She didn't take it seriously. So Aishwarya Shakti and Madhurya in competition. So Madhurya wins, and Krishna is bound to remove his Aishwarya Shakti. Aishwarya, understand? Awe and reverence, and specifically his godhoodness, his qualities of Bhagavan, Bhagavata. That is Aishwarya. So Mother Yashoda, with her love, was able to bind Krishna. So again and again we're meditating on that. That's our goal. How to make Bhagavan follow our love. How to make him dependent on our love. So he wants to be defeated. That's why we're trying to defeat him. In the footsteps of Mother Yashoda, in the footsteps of the gopis, you remember Yashoda Damodar and Radha Damodar. Yashoda Damodar is one Krishna who is bound by Mother Yashoda's rope, and Radha Damodar is Krishna who is bound by Srimati Radha, by the bonds of Srimati Radhika's love. There's a place in Braj called Ganthuli. So gopis, I think Lalita it was, she took Srimati Radhika's veil and Krishna's pitambara and tied together. So they were trying to stand up and lead, but it was not possible. So they have become Radha Damodar. So that's what devotees see. According to their vision, according to their interest, according to their mood, they can see Damodar, Radha Damodar, Yashoda Damodar. So Namaste Studhamne Spurat Vitti Dhamne Tvadiyadara Yatha Vishwasya Dhamne. So Vishwasya, all living entities are there, This is universal will. But, universal womb, universal belly of Krishna. But with Rupa Madheshwara easily balanced. Easily balanced. Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantali Laya Devaya. And finally, thinking about who is the best devotee of Krishna, Satyavrata Muni is mentioning Srimati Radhika. Not just mentioning, he is glorifying her love, Srimati Radhika's love. Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhya. So he is saying all glories to the wonderful Lilas, Ananta, endless Lilas of Bhagavan, endless. But Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that Ananta actually pertains to Rasa Lila. That's the highest Lila of Krishna. So also Pativrata Rishi, being a self-realized soul, understands how sacred that is. He understands how deep that is and how confidential. So that's why he's mentioning just briefly. He's not explaining Rasa Lila in detail at the end, because Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite, Sanaka, Sananta, four Kumaras, they explained Radhika's pastimes. They were explaining. Lord Shiva was explaining. Lord Shiva's prayer was sing every morning, that is Munindra Vrindavandite Radha Kripaka Dakshastavaraja. But regarding Satyavrata Muni, he said that is too sacred. That's why he didn't explain it explicitly. He preferred to keep it briefly mentioned. So, Namo Nanta Lila. Li-la, two parts of the word. Li means to embrace. La means to accept. These are two parts of the word Lila. And what is that Lila in which there are embraces and acceptance? Definitely that is Rasa Lila. Today we'll go to Vamshivat, the place from which Rasa Lila started. Krishna started playing his flute, and Koti Gopi, the unlimited amount of gopis, rushed for Rasa Lila. Each and every gopi could hear her own name only. She was not aware that Krishna was calling actually all of them. So Lalita heard Lalita, Vishaka heard Vishake, and Radhika heard Radhe. So every gopis, every single gopi forgot what she had been doing. She immediately changed her nature to the one related to Krishna completely. One gopi was cooking for her husband, another gopi was feeding her child, another gopi was getting dressed, putting on kajal, black eyeliner. But the gopis forgot everything because Krishna's flute was there. And that is the best signal for awareness, best alert. Wake up. Krishna's flute is there. Some of you received Diksha yesterday and previous days. So actually Kamagayatri is not different from Krishna's flute song. So specifically that syllable starting from Ka, we chant. That is not different from Krishna's flute. So the whole process of entering Krishna's pastime, specifically those who are aspiring for, if we are practicing Madhurya Bhava, then we are meditating upon the deep meanings of Kala, that syllable, by reading Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura's Mantrartha Deepika. We're diving into the deep meanings of each and every word. Who is Kamadev? Kamadev is transcendental God of love, Krishna. So we're praying to Kamadev, oh please extract my lust. Please make me free of lust. I'm full of lust. I'm drowning in this ocean of lust, this material world. What is lust? I want to enjoy. That is what lust is. But when we chant Kama Gayatri, we're praying about selfless dedication towards the transcendental Cupid, Krishna, and her beloved, Shrimati Radhika, so Shri Radha and Krishna. So you received one mantra, one Gayatri, three prayers. Guru mantra, Guru Gayatri. Gaura mantra, Gaura Gayatri. Gopala mantra, Kama Gayatri. So Kama Gayatri constitutes melody of Krishna's flute. So we have to be sure that day must come, that day will come, and we will hear Krishna's flute. That will come, that will happen. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written his songs about that. He was glorifying Madhurya Bhav, he was glorifying Rasa Lila, he was glorifying Shrimati Radhika, who is the queen of Rasa dance. When Shrimati Radhika left Rasa dance, Krishna could not continue Rasa dance, could not. We were visiting Shringarvat, we heard how Krishna found Shrimati Radhika there, and with his own hands he was decorating her hair, with his own hands he was putting at her feet his dearest possession, his flute. He was trying to break her man, her jealous anger. Finally, he succeeded on that day. Also visited Manasarovara. Shrimati Radhika once went very, very far across Yamuna, and she was shedding and shedding tears there. So that Manasarovara is the lake of jealous anger. Shrimati Radhika's tears are there. So then Krishna found her there. And that man was especially hard to break, especially. So Krishna was trying and trying and trying and trying, and finally he succeeded, man broke. So, and Maharaj sang his famous song about what exactly Krishna was saying about trying to break Shrimati Radhika's man. Oh Priyatama, please don't express your man, don't reveal your man. Please be lenient toward me. Please accept me. Your, what to say, unpaid servant. Gopis are calling themselves Shulka Dasika, means unpaid servants, maid servants. But there Krishna is saying, I'm your unpaid servant. He's not into any remuneration. Please accept me as I am. And don't give me anything, but please only bestow your mercy upon me. That's all I'm aspiring for. So, so many things in this 8th verse. Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya, Namo Nantalilaya Deva Tubhyam. Maharaj just explained how Shrimati Radhika is the center of all bhavas, of all different bhavas. Vatsalya, and certainly Madhurya is all there, Vatsalya, and Sakya, Rasya, everything comes from her. That's why everybody comes to Vrindavan and asking for the fulfillment of their desires, their moods. Radhe Radhe, please bestow my fulfillment of my desires, to serve Krishna in a certain way. Some Krishna bhaktas, Radhe Radhe, Shyam Radhe, give me Shyama, but we're not praying like that. Concerning Madhurya Bhav, all the gopis manjaris are twigs on that tree of Shrimati Radhika's prem. So they're just repeating Shrimati Radhika's moods, their manjaris. Manjaris are like buds, very delicate buds. Shrimati Radhika makes movements under the wind. She is bound around the trunk of Tamal tree. Tamal tree is Krishna, symbolizes Krishna. And Shrimati Radhika is golden line around the Tamal tree. So those buds are decorations of that golden vine. So they're exactly repeating the movements of the vine. If the vine is without any buds, then it's not nice. But the buds, the delicate manjaris, the movements, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, definitely decoration of Srimati Radhika's moods. So that's how yes, Shri Satyavrata Muni is envisioning that, and he's totally, taken aback, he's mesmerized, he's so much surprised, such a mood, what can I say? But I know, how confidential that is. His Dasya Bhava is sort of pressing him, he's not able to express too much. Because he knew that for thousands of years he was writing the Madhurashtaka, and he knew that so many people would be meditating on that. For many, many years, many generations of devotees. But we've been meditating on the Madhurashtaka, following the prescriptions of Sanatana Goswami Pad, Saint Sanatana Goswami Pad. Hari Bhakti Vilas, there's a book, Hari Bhakti Vilas, of Vaishnava rules, what's to be done. So also Kartika is described there. So reading the Madhurashtaka, so while reading, contemplating the meanings of the Madhurashtaka, you can imagine what benefit we will get. We should not be doubting that we will achieve our goal. We will not be doubting. Certainly we can say to Srila Gurudev, Gurudev, I'm a nonsense disciple, I'm so fallen, and this and that and this and that and this and that. But once Gurudev was hearing such a speech, and he was not accepting that actually. The devotee was saying, Gurudev, I have no bhakti. So,
he said he's maybe not coming.
Maybe not coming. Okay, so, just a few last things. So Gurudev said, how do you say, how can you say you have no bhakti? How can you say you have no bhakti? Then what kind of guru am I? What kind of guru am I if you don't have bhakti? So if guru is saturated with bhakti, then we have to have hope that bhakti will come to us. Definitely. That bhakti must come to us, can't come to us. Because by association, in Russian we have one proverb, с кем поведешься, того наберешься. When you associate, you get qualities. So, if we associate, then definitely we'll get those qualities. And Srila Gurudev will explain, will express what actually is the deep moods of Damodarashtaka. So that's causeless devotion, without expectations, without anything in exchange. Everything is there in Damodarashtaka, everything. Sharanagati is there. Causeless endeavors, without any personal gain. Then so many moods, one after another, repeating out one after another. And Maharaj was saying so many moods of dasya. So whatever rasa Satyavrata Muni is talking about is still dasya. It's there because that's his staiva. We cannot help it. He will be still returning to his staiva. But finally, he's saying the glories, he's speaking the glories of Srimati Radhika, because Srimati Radhika is the source, is the pivot, is the highest point of devotion, highest aradhana she is performing. That's where Srimati Radhika is really, really able to bestow the fulfillment of everyone's desire. So, Srila Madhurashtakam ki jai. They say Sripad Maharaj may be not coming, but anyway, Parikrama is waiting for us. Today, last Parikrama. We're about to go after breakfast to Deer Samir, Lupeshwar Mahadev, Vamshivat, and probably Radha Govinda temple. So, Srila Madhurashtakam ki jai.